Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Somebody's Heroes. We are back with the Chaosity. Well, I guess it's only one Chaosity. What would you call the singular of a Chaosities? The Chaosity.
The godly Chaosity? Or God of Chaos?
Yeah, we're back with the Chaosity. I'm Eric, I'm the Dungeon Master.
I'm Sprinkle. I play Conrad, the angsty demon with, used to be daddy issues, but no longer daddy issues.
You fixed that guy. You fixed that issue. All right, so we are.
So now I'm just looking for my love life.
No, you got to finish this fucking deal first. You got to finish You got to make sure the generator goes off without a hitch, and then everything works fine. And
it'll get there. But my main goal is finding my one true love. Daddy can suck it.
Well, meanwhile, for Conrad, as we pan back to Conrad is walking. Conrad, you just left Volcan and Sauce as they were about to go on a date down into the lower levels of the brink. They got on the elevator to go down. As you go into the docks to figure out what's going on there, because you're still looking for a way in to the quarantine zone, because y'all are trying to get in there and do some shit.
Which quarantine zone?
The Wild Magic and/or Cleric District.
That was it. I remember Wild Magic. I couldn't remember the other one.
Yeah, Cleric was the other one, but they're attached, so they're both in quarantine. As you're walking through, you do see that there's a couple of airships that are one's a very large, cargo-styled ship that is unloading crates. So the big crane is just going down, magnetizing and lifting and dropping crates into a stack so that it can be moved wherever it's got to go. And there's another one that is a passenger one where people are offloading because they're coming in to the city for the Founders Day Fair. As you're going down, you are passed by you've heard of them. You've never seen one before, but you get passed by a two-wheeled Arcanotech vehicle that has a slight blue glow. And it's an orcish figure. It's very large, very hulking, but he's got a mohawk coming off the top of his helmet that was it was cut. The helmet was cut, so it's entirely useless. But the helmet was cut to allow his normal mohawk through. This was not a modification made onto his helmet.
If he's blue, is the mohawk red or orange?
So the bike itself is glowing blue.
Okay.
You're in the middle of the day, so he has a blue-green skin tone.
What kind of blue-green? The reason why I asked this is because of Vexia's skin color.
It is. There are no horns, but okay. It is. It's like a hunter green with a slight bluish hue.
Okay. Because his brain would basically do like a double take because of just seeing the color, not necessarily like the other.
And that's why you're not getting a perception check, because you would have double taken. But on the back the vest that he's wearing on his back, you see Lady Luck's Fate Makers with a pinup picture of Timora, the goddess of luck, on the back. As he, in a hurry, is driving down towards one of the main dock houses. Probably one of the most interesting people you've actually seen so far. Otherwise, there's a couple of tiefling dock workers. No one looks out of place. They've got some reddish and pink skin. Some of them have some normal olive skin, and it's colors that it's all colors Conrad's seen before, but not the bluish or greenish hues of Vexia.
Okay.
And then there's some other dock workers, but everyone's trying. You've got a crowd pushing past you as you're walking down to take a look.
Now the main question is you say their people are unloading. Is it like similar to like a metro station type of thing, like crowded like that, or like a bus station, or what?
It's as if a cruise line was unloading.
Okay, so a hell of a lot more people.
Yeah, this is a fucking big ass ship. Think the Titanic, but not sunk into the bottom of the ocean. I do need you, because it was a near miss, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 13.
You do get knocked down by this bike that hits you. So, how Conrad takes being almost run over by a motorcycle is entirely on Conrad.
That's where I'm like, because I was just getting ready to say, if there's that many people, I was probably going to try and do a stealth check to either blend in or completely disappear out of the untrained eye, just so that I can observe and basically sneak to find out things.
Okay.
Because the last thing I need is being essentially in an entire crowd. Anybody who might recognize me, even though I have my hood and mask on.
Okay. About another 100 or so feet down, as you're trying to blend into the crowd, you do realize the biker stops and starts to walk the bike back up to roughly where you got knocked down. Tommy, go ahead and introduce yourself and who you are.
Well, I think I can keep this a little short, as anybody who's been listening to the show is well aware. I'm Matt, working one night out on the interwebs, and I have the wonderful pleasure of playing Tommy Rok'zhen, our lovable orc biker / paladin, and possibly other things from things that was definitely not his fault. But yeah, after this event happens and the kind of finds a place to stop, he gets off, walks the bike back, and once kind of gets to a good spot, throws the kickstand down, takes his helmet off, letting his black mohawk kind of run free. You see this orcish individual with one tusk, the other one broken out of his jaw, and as he walks up to you, legitimately looking a little concerned, just kind of looks down, offers you a hand to help you up, and just goes, "Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm on the job. It's a little fast there. I'm sorry. Please, I don't have insurance. Let's just settle this. So if we can, are you good? Are you broke? I can, anything I can help you with," and helps you to your feet.
Conrad will brush himself off. He's not in any way, shape, or form pissed off or angry or whatnot, because the simple fact of the matter is you're in a busy city like this, and from what you can tell just looking at him, he seems, minus the cloak covering the majority of him, but what you see is almost, not even almost, it is military type garb and armor. You probably wouldn't recognize it just simply because it was one of those not readily made, not mass produced. It's one of those especially made or what's the word, commissions. But no, he's not pissed off. It happens, especially when you have a cruise liner sitting in front of you with, hundreds and thousands of people, and it's a festival. Who's going to get mad at a festival? Buy me a drink and I'll call it even.
If that's what he says, then Tommy's going to, yeah, absolutely. I mean, sure, you know what? I'll buy you a few drinks. It's a little expensive up here now. should buy you a few. It's the only thing that he's got out of it. He does take out a piece, hand it to this individual. I mean, like, you know, down on the surface, probably like a decent, you know, like copper, but yeah, so yeah, up here as in a remote spot. Tommy knows that you can get a handful of rounds for a single gold piece, and hands that right over to you, and just kind of says, like, you know, again, sorry, you know, it happens and stuff. You look okay. This this looks pretty sturdy, but I guess welcome to Taliva. And then he like points down and goes, you see, so like nobody pays attention to him, but like if you want to, there are these lines here, this pedestrian walkway, spot for it. Because like a Tal bike, you know, they're fast and stuff, but like there's some go-karts, and we tell you what, they will take your ass right out from underneath you. It's just what they do. They do not give a flying fuck about who they hit. Alright? They think that they own everything.
One of my party members saw one of those flying by, and she was ecstatic. So I can only imagine how much trouble people get into riding one of those. Because I can already picture the entirety of Taliva burning because of her getting one.
Above table, I agree. He just kind of like nods and goes, yeah, I don't know what it is. You can put more wheels on something, all of a sudden people don't know how to drive. It's, you know, kind of seems like it would be the opposite. Like, you know, with less wheels and more agility, people would be more, you know, reckless and stuff. But no, all these people, they're like, oh, I got a wide wheelbase. I can bang turns a little harder. I can do whatever I want. Put me in the hospital for a year hitting me. But anyway, anything I can give you a hand with there, or you looking for a spot in particular? Did you just get in today? That's a lot of questions. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We just got in yesterday. We are actually here because the King of Lyria sent my group to bring items to be able to be shown off at the festival. Well, so it's one of those transport missions, and that's why I am in no way, shape, or form in a hurry. I am here to simply learn about an entire flying city.
Oh, there is lots to learn and plenty more to discover. That's for dang sure. I can tell you that. And Tommy thinking about like what happens in the city and what he knows about the city, but isn't quite ready for that conversation yet. He just goes, so sounds like some things are coming in that you got to move. You need to talk to one of the soups here, figure out where it is. I deliver here all the time. A handful of people that might be able to find out where your freight is.
Well, I was with it when it came in. The actual inventor went with it. So as far as I know, they are still together. I'm actually kind of curious about the tech around here because I'm a little bit of a tinkerer myself.
Amazing. I mean, we got a little bit of everything here. What don't you guys have? Well, the Tau bike, of course. That's probably my favorite thing. I'm a little bit of a racer myself. You know, they're a little pricey, but you can get these here sending stones. I know that like the straight, you know, arcane weave run tech that would be everywhere else in Torso Mill. Like, you know, hey, you know, make sure you got words, your word limit per day and everything like that. If you go over your word limit, they get you with a crazy charge. These ones you can go back and forth. You can get into the Arcana net. Learn a couple things about them. They have a nice little display on them. You can actually use there's this feature right here, and with that you can call me and I'll bring food to wherever you are. You can pay for it magically. It all just kind of works together, especially a little bit easier if you're with the First Bank of Taliva. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff around here that you can take a look into.
While Tommy is explaining that to Conrad and that technology, we're going to cut over to one of the offices in the docks where there's a thrycreen, a human, and a gnome talking about something across the table from each other. The thrycreen is not at the desk or table. He is literally just standing against the wall, carrying a harpoon gun, 2 bandoliers filled with armor, and a belt with 6 pistols around. Just resting. His front arms are crossed, and his back arm is just propping him up. He's leaning against the wall with his back arm, propping him up like a tripod stand. Aurora and Nate, go ahead and introduce yourselves and your characters for us, please.
Oh, I guess I'll go first. Hi, I'm Nate. What's up? I'm gonna be playing Professor Tanlin Croak, the gnome in the room that we're in. So yeah, you see a gnome wearing like, I think kind of like overalls and like almost like steampunky garb, but like more magical, so like mana punk, and with like a large purple wizard's cap on top and like some big goggles on the cap, very anime looking. Yeah, you see what looks to be like in human years, probably like in their like 40s, but like this is a gnome, so like hundreds of years old here. Yeah, and that's Tanlin.
Hi, and I'm Aurora. You can find me on Twitch at Aurora_lore, where I host little work buddy streams, and sometimes I pop in on people's TTRPGs. Hey! I am playing Viola Diomedea. She is a human-presenting woman. While she is about 100 years old, she only looks about 40. White hair, bronze skin, and is usually seen in her very captain-inspired wear. A royal blue with white trim, silver buttons, always pants. And usually she is completely all decked out and is not without her jacket, but this time she is pacing the room. Her jacket is off, thrown over the back of her chair, and I believe we are in my office. So the room is decked out with many charts, a map not only of Taliva but of the lands beneath, and lots of clocks, lots of things tracking different routes. There's a few things that seem to be almost automated. Now, if you imagine something like a flight tracker, but here it's for airships.
Which is still flights, so it makes sense. You've got a cargo ship that is unloading. It is about 70% unloaded. And you've got the big cruise liner that just dropped off a good 1,500 people. And they are that number is rapidly going up of how many people are disembarking, because people are easier to unload than cargo.
I think Viola would look over at the tracker and notice just how many more ships are still circling, waiting for an opportunity to dock. Gives a little bit of a sigh, but shifts her attention back to the issue at hand. Tanlin, I do hope that you were able to get what I needed from you, some scrolls of levitation. Do you have a decent enough number prepared for what we have at hand?
We did our best, but I just don't know if, it's going to be enough to save a falling city.
As long as it can take care of any ships, especially if we have to deal with any more of these blackouts or brownouts, we need to make sure that these ships stay in the air. I can get them to where they can load up with people, but if all the technology is simply ceased to be, it will do nothing. So everyone helps. It's either that or we somehow have every single caster available on this city living on one of these boats in case it's needed. So, I will take as many as you have, and I hope there's more to come.
I understand. I just... Viola, you understand, there is a great sickness in this city. If too many are infected, we will have to close the gates and seal everyone in.
That would be my preference, to fully close it off. But I have hope that your researchers, the people who are trying to see if they can find some sort of cure, I know that there's... Do you know of any updates, especially of the first round of those who are infected?
It don't seem to be getting any better. The infection is spreading, and I just don't know.
Well, we will
We've run out of time.
We will double the amount of goods that we can get to you as quickly as possible. Please continue to enforce everybody not to drink the water. Make sure that they are doing everything that they can to not spread this infection. I realize that we won't know how effective that has been because it seems that they are not instantly infected. You are doing what you can to broadcast that information, correct?
Of course we are. Everyone knows what to do and what not to do. It's just, you know how the citizens are. Oh, don't tell me how to live my life. I've not died yet. I'm 32 years old. Wow.
They won't have much of a life if they don't listen. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's make sure that... and I think she would pull up her sending stone. One moment. Yes, Ackles? Yes, if you could be so kind as to send a runner up, I do have those scrolls that we were waiting for, and they need to be installed on ships as soon as possible. Yes, wonderful. And one other thing. I know we have some new ships that are making their way here, and not all of them are aware of all the different codes. Yes, are you making sure that you're informing them as much as possible what the codes are, what they mean, and why it's important?
Yes, the new codes are being updated every time someone docks because you change them regularly and add new ones periodically.
Well, we have 2 that will not be changing. They are, as always, what they have been.
Okay. I will make sure they're re-updated in case of failure to comply.
Thank you. And please make sure that our tower is having good, clear communications with all the ships coming in. Those codes are only as effective as they are able to be sent.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, Captain.
Right. You don't need to call me Captain anymore.
I feel like that could have waited until after our meeting. It seems a little rude. Like, I understand we're in your office, but... Like, we're at the same level here. Just because you have a desk in front of your feet doesn't mean
I'm still
my
working,
feet are
and
less
I need
important.
those... Well, if you have any ways to...
You don't think I have work to do? I have to walk all the way back on my tiny little legs. And now you're saying you miss... I couldn't get away from the office for 20 minutes.
Tanlin,
have to do work during our conversation? It's just rude.
Tanlin, you know you have a private use of transportation immediately to outside of your building. If you think for one moment I'm going to let you walk all the way through the slums to the wild magic area, you have another thing coming for you. I need you back as quickly as possible to get more scrolls.
Yes, the teleportation circles still take time.
And they are not to know that you are easily leaving the quarantine area. Please tell me you did not walk straight here.
No.
And when you have evacuation codes to deliver in case this entire city flips over topside, then you can interrupt our meeting.
Ding ding, your doorbell.
Tanlin, I apologize. I believe food has been delivered. I did ask for your usual. I apologize that I did not confirm with you beforehand. I did get sushi.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
Wonderful. It should
you
be
got the
nice
Godzilla roll, correct?
Oh, of course. course. You somehow are able to pack away more than 3 times what I am able to eat in a single sitting. I have still not figured it out. But I will one day, Tanlin. I will figure out your secret.
Big brains require lots and lots of raw fish. Pats his belly.
Omega-3s are good for the brain.
I scan at my intelligence modifier on here and I go, yeah, no, that works.
Oh, that does check out.
That checks out. Wonderful. Now I please keep everything on the down low for the moment. I do have this particular delivery come straight to here, so anything that you do not want just anybody to know, he will be coming straight here. And are you sure you don't have any other updates for those who were the first infected? He does have connections to Somalia, if you have any updates that I can pass along.
Somalia is one of the infected and one of the sick.
They did give specific permission that if there were any tests that needed to be done, they were open to helping.
None of our tests so far have been successful, but rest assured, the moment they are, I will let you know.
Is she still unconscious?
Yes.
Damn. Well,
at that, you guys see a light blue glow in the hallway. You were having the meeting in secret, so you didn't turn your hallway lights on to your office because you don't want anyone to know what you're talking about. The dark hallways, no one's going to go down them. And you see a pale blue glow that resembles the Arcanotech, the Arcano crystals and the Arcanotech itself. And Conrad, assuming you went with him, you see Tommy start to glow pale blue as you enter this hallway. The same as his bike.
So, storyteller, how much of that glowing blue would Viola or Tanlin know what that means?
Tanlin would have probably jumped to the conclusion, honestly, that either a piece of technology is coming down the thing, or an infected, because the infecteds glow blue in the dark.
Okay.
And their normal skin tone has a bluish coloration to it. And often they have crystalline jumpments coming out, but not always.
Tanlin will turn to the hallway with a quizzical look, and upon seeing a normal man just walk through with a blue glow, is going to cast Banishment.
Make that saving throw there, Tommy.
That's a charisma save, right?
Yeah, you're probably going to succeed, but, that would be his initial reaction to that happening.
Quite literally leading Conrad along, just going to go, yeah, I know all the best places to eat in town, but, don't worry, we'll go right there afterwards. You can bring the rest of your friends in. Viola, it's so nice too. And I roll a, oh shit.
I'm rolling oh shit. I love that.
I roll it's a total 14.
That is a failure.
I'm going to lose a lucky point. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, you succeed.
Tanlin, what are you doing?
What the hell are you? So, I think you, for like a second, start to like phase out of reality as you're being like dragged to another plane.
Tommy says, "Oh shit, not again." Where?
What the hell are you doing? Ordering someone who's sick into your own home? Are you trying to get us killed?
I have often been defined as sick, usually followed by with it, and then like throws up the horns for and then just goes like, Viola, what's going on? I've seen you before, I think, somewhere. What do you mean
what do you mean he's infected? And out of curiosity, did the sushi try to phase with him, Or did he start to drop the sushi?
It's an object that is worn or carried, so it would have been with Tommy.
Nice. I think Viola would gesture to Conrad, who I'm guessing is not infected, and say, "You bring the sushi over to the table, please."
I can walk over to the.
What? I would like this matter figured out. You did not say anything about being infected when I gave you the order.
How did you? Listen, it's fine. It's not the same.
It's most certainly not fine.
Hands the bag to Conrad. Just goes like, I know this isn't your job, and you're literally just here, but I'd appreciate it if you could help me in this moment. It is fine. I'm not like the rest.
Go on.
Well, for starters, I'm fucking cognitive. As much as I was normally, which wasn't a lot to begin with. This is all normal.
What happens when you touch people?
Like, just in the background, all you see is like the Kevin Hart face, like. That's all you're gonna see.
What happens when you touch people? Are you spreading the disease?
No, I'm not spreading nothing.
Alright, you'll have to come with me back to the quarantine zone. No debate. I must study you.
Well, I mean, I don't think that there's anything that you're going to be able to tell me that's any different than what I've already learned.
Tanlin, perhaps an arrangement could be made. He can come to your area to get an investigation, perhaps at a little bit of a later date. I don't know, Tommy, if I like the idea of you walking around potentially infected, so you're going to give us a little more information about what the hell is going on with you.
Tommy's going to look really exasperated at this. I stabbed one of the Warforged guards that had a bunch of the Arcanotech crystals pumping out of them. They blew up, but it was okay, but I might have an Arcanotech crystal stuck somewhere in the base of my spine, and it's kind of affecting the rest of my body, and it's a little bit weird now. I have a voice stuck in my head, but I'm okay.
What?
What? I just told you everything in plain common.
I don't know if you are infected with what everyone else has, but whatever it is that's in you does not sound great at all. I think you would do well to go with Tanlin and be studied. If not now, then very soon.
Unless you are going to be able to rip a chunk of crystal out of my spine, which I kind of need.
Bulldog, do you think you can manage?
Just a big Thrycreen grin
you
comes
stay
across
the fuck over there.
as he pulls out a boot knife.
Perhaps. Well, do you think we could get a sample, Tanlin? Would that suffice?
I want this man strapped to a table, and we are going to town. Let me tell you.
That's usually what the people say about me.
Tanlin, they do still need to give consent. But perhaps you could convince
if
him
they're blue,
without...
do they really need to give consent at a time like this?
Tanlin, yes, they do.
That's a very rough statement to hear after a lot of my friends who are kind of glowing blue and have a hazy look in their eyes are chained in your fucking basement.
Okay, look. I know it's not what it sounds like.
Are you sure? Because that was not paraphrasing.
Yes, now I'm wondering if we need to send somebody to investigate.
Okay, look, you're not the cops, okay? Calm down.
Can I do a sleight of hand check?
What are you trying to sleight of hand?
You touch my sushi, young man.
I'm not touching the sushi. I'm doing a sleight of hand to bring my rifle to a ready position, pointing down at the factor of hearing him, somebody I do not know, talking about taking away somebody's rights, especially after everything I went through with my father. So, does not matter. Like, this is all mentally. Like,
I will let you do a sleight of hand check against Viola and Tanlin's perception checks.
That is an 18 on the Die. Sleight of hand is +6, so that is a 24.
Did you want passive?
You can do passive or roll, depending on the level of attention you're paying to Conrad.
Oh. I think
Tommy's the more interesting thing in the room.
Did Conrad go back after dropping off the sushi? Where did Conrad go into the room? That would depend on Viola's.
Can you paint me the layout of the room so I can give you a better answer?
So we have a very large desk with a lot of things on, rather than behind her desk, actually on the other 3 walls. So most of her attention tends to be from the desk forward. Tanlin would be at the seat across the desk from her. Bulldog in the corner, able to see her as well as the door. And I feel like Tommy has probably not gone much further than the doorway itself.
I was jumped immediately, so...
So if you came over to drop off the sushi on the table, where would you have gone next?
Oh, so he's just holding on to the sushi.
I was going to say, at this point, I am probably... Hold on. I will give myself a D4.
Because if you still have the sushi, my attention's on you.
No. Because the moment he's basically like beckoned as a, don't take this the wrong way, Tommy, as a service hand, bad flashbacks. He was in the military. He was ordered around. There, PTSD.
So Tommy still has the sushi. Wonderful.
Okay.
Yes. At that point, I'm just gonna say I'm probably still either in the doorway or maybe like 2, maybe 3 feet max behind.
All right, wonderful.
Tommy's standing.
Yes. So it'd be an 18 perception for Viola.
Okay. And Dr. Tanlin?
17.
Okay. So, Conrad, you just pull your rifle out in front of you.
The close quarter covering half of it, so it's literally just pointed down like, it's going to be cocked and ready, just for the sole factor of somebody saying, somebody's being strapped to a table and we're going to town.
Yes, I feel Viola would make eye contact with Conrad, even though she has not been introduced to him yet. Young man, please put that at ease. And would turn her attention, just saying that, not even focusing any more than that, immediately turn her attention to Tanlin and say, Tanlin, you are aggravating the situation. Unless you are able to show some proof that you are obtaining some form of agreement from the different people, we may need to come to a new arrangement.
Well, it kind of sounds like...
Saving lives.
How many have you saved?
Well, there are hundreds, if not thousands, who are sick, and not too many have died yet, so I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Doesn't sound like you saved many. However, I can say that what's the population of every other district of Taoliva? Me and my buddies did definitely save all of them, so, I mean, maybe...
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you talking like you're some hero and I am nobody? I run this city.
Well,
you run
who are you? You deliver food.
I do, but apparently I also deliver results, hot, fresh, and ready.
What does that mean?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Quality customer service.
So,
storyteller dying in the background.
For the listening audience, Eric has lost his shit. He has been reduced to just incoherent babble, and now he's off screen. But Tommy would say, listen, alright, so with the shit that is happening, it's bad, and I know exactly how bad it is. You want to know why none of your test subjects that you are definitely totally getting consent for, despite the fact that they are unresponsive to any stimuli. You are dealing with something else that is affecting the mind directly more than the body ever could be affected.
What do you know about this?
I know intimately what this is.
Is it to do with the thing that's infecting you?
It's what's infecting all of them.
Would you be so kind as to let us have some form of a sample for Tanlin to take back with him?
To be fair, I already gave it to his crony in the bowels of his secret lab. Where you guys...
Just come to the medical district with me and we'll pull out the crystal from your spine and hopefully you'll live.
Yeah, hopefully. That's the part that I'm not...
I can't promise that. I don't want to be sued.
Listen,
we'll try our best.
I make my own luck. Alrighty, so... Or I make my own fate, rather. Eric, keep that one in. And Tommy just kind of like waves his hand. Nobody's going digging around in my spine when I've been told this thing is... the only way that anybody's talking anything about this is if it is quite literally the best hand. First of all, I need to trust you, and I don't. And then if I had that person's trust, then it better be somebody that they know. Some guy that they know.
I know the person who runs the medical district here. I feel like that's pretty... Whatever.
How about you check with your people to see if they already have these samples?
Don't walk around blue and stuff, okay? It's going to scare everyone.
Only blue if it's dim enough.
Okay, we'll stay in bright light at all times.
I've been trying, but blackouts and brownouts, which we tried to fix that too.
Well, you should have a torch. You're an adventurer.
Tanlin, how about you go ahead and take a moment to speak with one of your people to see if they have these samples. And then you can let the situation rest.
Okay, where was this Arcana mech that you blew up? Assuming it was, property of the city?
Shut up. It was in the clerical district. There was a site where one of these arcana crystals erupted from the earth, causing a lot of problems, particularly with the water main. And we arrived after that event to investigate. As one of ours is a very prominent private investigator.
I am going to ignore the fact that you just admitted to sneaking into an area that you were not allowed.
Indeed.
This was he snuck in. He was doing that before the quarantine was put in effect. The crystal emerged, and then you guys shut down that part of the city because then you realized that the city itself, the ground, was getting infected, and things were happening. That's when you guys shut down those two parts of the city. So that crystal, that very large crystal that he's referring to, has since been moved, and you guys both know this, has been moved to Tautech for them to process and refine it to create more devices. Or figure out what it is and what's different about it versus the other ones they've recorded and all that kind of stuff. It's their property now.
Indeed.
And to be fair, if I did not stab that Warforged, it would have tried to kill other people. It was, as you all have been putting it, infected.
Okay, we will not apprehend you at this moment.
Can you? You got a badge?
I can do whatever I want here.
Another fun thing to say right after suggesting kidnapping and experimentation.
I am protecting the people of the greatest city on the continent. I must do some things that seem a little messed up. And look, what, you've never killed someone? You've never done anything that anyone could consider morally gray. I do what I can to protect the people of this city and of this world.
And Tanlin, yes,
So,
you do, but
yes.
a reminder that you are in my district. You cannot just do anything without my permission.
Look, I feel like we are talking to a child right now, and you're just like against me at all steps. And
No, I
you
need
know
you.
that when you're raising children, you have to present a united front. And I feel like you're just not giving that to me right now.
Tanlin, do we really want to know who's here to save your skins? Because it's not you.
I'm just
Isn't
saying, within this analogy, the only one of you two that I'm calling daddy is Viola.
Well, that's fine.
That's my preference, anyways.
I
Tanlin,
prefer you call me Tanlin.
Conrad, when'd you get a gun?
I've had
It's
it
been
the
like
whole
10
time.
minutes, I figured.
yes,
Figured
it's
that's gonna be-
now your character notices. Has Conrad lowered it at all, or just kept it at about the same place?
It was still pointed at the ground. It was never raised
Great.
above, his shin level. It was just a simple factor of having it at the ready to bring up if necessary, if someone was going to attempt to attack the guy.
Trap people,
Offer some
yeah.
drinks.
Love it.
But at this point, if actually, Eric, can I do a insight check to see if it's actually de-escalated, or if I feel
Sure
like
can.
there's okay.
Conrad's perception of the de-escalation. Sure.
was gonna
With
say.
that matter, I think as he's doing this, just to kind of show her own, this is my room and my quarter, she's going to gesture to Tommy, please, on the table, and ask for the sushi to actually be fully delivered before it gets cold.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
I rolled a
It's
19.
room temp.
Ugh!
It does with her coming up and trying to get the food because A, they're hungry, but B, they want it to. She wants it to de-escalate. It really does feel like the room is starting to come down. Is Dr. Tanlin upset and ornery as hell? Yeah, but you're not unused to that because of Archimedes.
And Kels, and the factor of being a bounty hunter. So,
But Archimedes is another gnome who,
intellectual being.
yeah, another intellectual gnome who is equally as feisty and testy as this one.
I will say, at no point during this conversation was Tanlin ever prepared to attack. Like, he was fully just sitting there casually saying some, let's be honest, fucked up stuff. Just casually sitting there, if you attack at me, it's not gonna go well for you. He has utmost confidence that you could not kill him.
And Conrad will have the utmost confidence that he can, having killed his father.
That's fair.
Just in his own head. Not, he can face any of this, because he is just a masked figure standing behind the sushi delivery guy with a loaded gun.
Which
Yeah,
is
really
a little
quick,
disconcerting,
what kind
that's
of-
right.
What kind
Pretty
of mask
sketchy.
are we talking about? A 95, like a kabuki
Batman?
mask? Yeah.
It's like an N95.
Well, no, I want to go with the original mask that I want.
Okay.
It was just that mask that I could find that
Darth
trying
Oh.
to have.
Yeah. He had a Vader-like mask on for an episode of actual recording.
It was very similar to Sub-Zero from the original Mortal Kombat.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
But picture similar to a masquerade where it cut it was Dragonborn-esque. Had scales and whatnot, but it only this portion was uncovered.
Okay.
So pretty much everything from here up seems dragon-esque to give the illusion that he looks dragonborn, even though he's tiefling underneath.
Love it. Love it.
And you'll see a tail pop out from behind the cloak that is fuchsia in color. You'll see gray, almost silver, more silverish, like silver white. In fact, hair poking out for like the beard and the hair past the mask. But you've been able to see like from the bottom of his left-hand jaw or lips here all the way here is uncovered. So you've been able to see like his mouth moving and, you know, being able to read lips and stuff like that. So you have a idea of like the facial hair, the fuchsia color, and so on. But yeah, he has that dragon-esque mask, and I'm still trying to find it, so I can put it in chat. But that's basically what you see, along with a dark black travel cloak and then military armor. And to answer Viola, question, at this point, with reading the room and whatnot, the gun won't be at the pointed down; it'll be at his side, but it'll still be like one hand on it, like in the rest, just not finger on the trigger or anything like that.
I think at this, Viola would go and take a seat and start eating her sushi, and just say, "Now, Tommy, while I appreciate the promptness of your delivery, you know better than to just bring anyone in here, so who the hell did you bring in here?"
Well, I also didn't think that I was going to be staying very long. I thought that I was just going to give you your sushi, collect your payment, and be on my way again. And he looks down at his and he goes, I got 2 more pickups that I got to make, which I actually, this is going to take a while. And he like takes a second to like decline the offers. He's just,
that was a wise choice.
Pause timer on incoming orders. Puts the stone away and then just kind of like, you know, he's in town for the Founders Day Festival. Apparently traveling with some inventor, and I hit him with my bike. It's okay though, he's fine. It's crowded on the docks. You're letting off 11.5 million people into a city that, by the way, has a little bit of some issues going on.
Indeed. And your name?
Conrad at this point will step into the actual... Is the hallway actually lit other than the Viola?
Apparently.
Nope.
Okay. So at this point, I will step past Tommy to the left, just inside the door, back, still to the wall, but still, one step and I'm around the corner, so that they can actually get a full view of me from what they can see. My name is Conrad Bloodruin.
And do we recognize his name?
Roll a history check. Both of them.
Last name they wouldn't, but the first name probably.
Actually,
well, especially...
Sorry. Can we carrot that? It's Conrad's Shadow.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there any chance we would have seen name tied to a particular license, especially at the docks?
You're about to find out all of... You're going to find that information out regardless, but what was your history checks?
Oh, mine was just a 4.
26.
Oh, okay. With a 26, you because of your ties to the fair and fair preparations and stuff like that, Dr. Tanlin, Dr. Croak would have absolutely have heard of everyone's inventions that were coming in, right? Hell, you could even be the guy who was in charge at one point, whether you are now or not, because of the crisis is different, but of registering and taking all the paperwork in for the new inventions that were going to be cataloged during the fair that were seeking additional research funding and that kind of stuff. He was listed as a co-inventor of an Arcanotech amplifier. So he's the invention is what you saw was it was a wagon-sized device that when the right thing was put in, would amplify wirelessly powering the crystal. So one crystal could do the equivalent of 1,000. So it makes your crystals more efficient by having this generator. Now, wagon size is not a convenient thing, but it's an emergency, can power a bunch of tech in one go.
Basically, when we turned it on, all the lights and lanterns and everything broke. The glass broke around it, everything inside the actual oil room that we turned it on in front of the cables. If it gives you any idea.
Is this something Tommy needs?
I have so many ideas. Can we
Eric,
put
quick.
it on wheels?
It's already on.
It's already on wheels.
It's already on wheels.
We're gonna strap that to the back of Tommy's bike.
Quick question.
Trust me, he's already sat there and thought about that in the next episode where he gets a bike. I'm like, I'm going to make this bitch compact size, and I am never, ever touching the ground.
Now, Dr. Croak, you had a question.
Yes. So we spoke about, some ideas that the doctor had about casting spells citywide.
Mm-hmm.
How close are we? How accurate to what we need is this invention?
This invention would be more effective like a generator would be in real life, right? To power your home, to power a home. This generator just is wire. It would be effective for you to power the drones that are around the quarantine zone. The aerial drones could all be powered from this one wireless device for that radius. But the other thing you noticed is when you did some digging on, because you do background checks on the people coming in, the name only has a record going back 6 years. Beyond that, he doesn't seem to exist.
He's a baby.
However, this is a full-grown man standing in front of you, not a 6-year-old.
So above table, literally he is only 27 years old, but he has with the beard and everything, the military aging and all that stuff, looks like he's 40. But he's literally only 20 to 27.
Life wore him down.
And what you see is technically let me get the actual. He is 28. But he is. I'll get you exact measurements. A 6'7" being standing in front of you.
You're actually taller than Tommy.
About 275 pounds. Picture a swimmer, Phelps' body, it's well toned, but it's not ripped. That's essentially the look beyond the armor is what he has.
Okay. So yeah, this would be a very useful device to everyone in this room.
I'm also wondering.
New
what
inventor.
happens- I'm also wondering what happens when you turn it on and Tommy has one of these things in his spine.
Tommy explodes.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would very much so like to know. Anywho's
Ooh,
Okay.
a young inventor. Well, young. New to it, I guess. I would love to speak with you, Sir Conrad, at another time about your invention. It's quite the interesting one.
I can only give you a limited amount of information, being as I am not the mastermind behind it. My master and best friend is the main brainiac behind it.
Well, if possible, I would love to speak to the both of you.
He would probably jump at that chance way faster than jumping at his wife, if I'm being honest, because if I'm
Man
being
after my own heart.
100% blunt, he is as much of a egghead as you seem to be.
I take that
I
as a
mean that.
compliment.
Mean that in a very complimentary way, even though I just
appreciate it.
threatened you.
Hey, What's one threatened between new... No, I wouldn't call you
Associates?
a friend yet. New associates, that's a good word for it.
Well, welcome to
Viola
this
here
town.
threatens me every other week.
Indeed. It's become a part of a routine. I apologize, Tanlin, if I've been a little bit preemptive on that of late. But, any threat to people where they can't do much to defend themselves does get a little under my skin. Especially with Sumelia there. Tommy, have you heard any updates from Tanlin's people about her status?
I didn't need to get it from his people. I saw her.
Oh, you did? What did you find?
It's not good.
Wow.
Everybody that I saw there is... This isn't something that you're just going to hit them with a shot or give them a pill or something like that and make it all go away. It's in their mind now. She is in their mind now.
What the hell are you talking about?
Who is she?
Why are you blue?
The whole thing of I did speak. It's all on the table now. I have a giant crystal in my body that
Indeed.
is a shard of a self-replicating arcanal crystal, and that's not generally something that A, should be in a humanoid's body, or B, should be allowing that humanoid to live while they have it in them. But according to
You are an orc.
we're still humanoid, just like that.
No need to be
still
racist,
tougher.
Conrad.
No. I am giving him respectful due of the comrades I had in arms that were loose.
Well,
In arms.
In arms.
Indeed. You'll have to share what
Yeah.
army you come from. At some point. Tell me, what is this about this voice? That is a little bit more pressing anyways.
this 5 days ago, after said explosion, I had a dream, more of a nightmare, where whoever this thing is had a chat with me and basically told me, oh, there's nothing you can do, and so long as she gets her way, not just Tauliva, but the rest of the world is going to be under her control.
Is she supposedly the crystal?
As best as I can tell, yes, if not.
They're sentient now. Damn it, this technology is not meant to have this kind of power or capabilities. It can't reason.
It's not
Tanlin.
from here.
That's true. We've
Africa
built
said
up
that
too
to
much.
Hey, you were muted in Riverside. We didn't catch that comment of him scribbling the notes like a
Tanlin
madman.
is just taking notes and is honestly really invested in what's being said.
And just to
he's kind of
confirm,
excited.
all of our ships fly off of Arcanotech, right? These crystals.
Arcanotech components, yes.
Yeah.
The based on the history check that the good doctor rolled earlier, I'm going to carry that forward for that 26. Based off of what Tommy is saying, you recall some very early interactions with people who had back when they first started mining the crystal, so 1,500 years ago, long fucking time ago. There were some reports of madness associated to the crystals, But the policy back then was just kill them. Kill them, burn the bodies.
This guy?
Yes.
Well,
Kill them, burn the bodies.
Don't fix it.
Well, no one ever got to. They got to the hearing voices part. They never turned blue though. So So you're still assuming it's a little bit different. But the policy was, as soon as they reported madness, burn them. Policies have changed over the centuries. That's not. That policy is like one of those "don't spit on the sidewalk" buried laws.
It sounds like your invention, Conrad, is a little bit too dangerous if it gets in the wrong hands with whatever this sentient crystal business is. I urge caution.
That's one reason why we've already been through. Eric, what was Dom Magnus's place in the mountains?
Castamar. Pyrus and Castamar.
Yeah. Pyrus and Castamar, and we were charged with the protection of it against a lot of bad deeds.
Tommy, do you have any ability to create some form of blocking of this information from whatever it is that's in your head?
I have a friend who lent me a ring that they have that's supposed to prevent mental interference, as it were. No doubt.
Well, it did not work. What about manipulating your memory? I apologize for offering such a thing, but if it calls for it.
Well, on one hand, I would say that in the interest of everything that's going on and everything that's happening, that does make logical sense under normal circumstances. However, she doesn't care. The way that she sees it, she's staring at a chessboard where she's already won.
So she's not looking to add new pawns to her side of the board?
Oh, she thinks that they're already coming, and in fact they are in droves for the Founders' Day fair. And furthermore, they'll be coming after Tauliva falls from the sky into a lake.
Does she know more information about this? What, Tommy, do tell. This is extremely vital information for the two of us. And Conrad, welcome to being in a floating city.
Also, Eric, can Conrad make a history check about the description of this from any teachings from both military, technological, and any lore from the Nine Hells?
You can, but it's gonna be a very, very high DC because it's Astral Sea related.
Well, I got an nat 20 plus 4. So, do with that what you wish.
Okay.
Tell him no.
Okay.
Be that guy.
You know.
Hey.
No, I'm gonna reward the nat 20 with a something, but it's so vague. It's up to Conrad on how if he parallels this into there at all. You know the planar teachings, right? So you know about all the various planes. You know the astral sea and outer space are two different planes. Like the outer space is part of the material plane, but the astral
places
sea
that Orcus wanted to invade.
Yes, you had a full list of where the demon army wanted to go after they won the material plane. Here. But the astral sea contains a myriad of unknown life forms that have not been fully analyzed or discovered. It's where you know where that's where the Githyanki and the Githzerai are from. You know, the Gith are from there. So the hippo-like creatures. You know a bunch of what is known, but you don't know what's not known. And so you know that, you know some of the inhabitants, because Orcus did some research on potential oppositions. But Astral Sea was the last target because there's so much unknown about it.
Can't prep for it.
Correct. It's so hard to prep for. You have to have everything under your belt before you go attack it. That's about it. So him saying that it's not from here, it's not impossible that it's from there. Like, that's the best place you got.
Okay. So initial knee-jerk reaction would just be Astral Sea.
Astral Sea is your knee-jerk reaction.
Okay. I don't say anything just yet. I'm still processing and taking it all in because having to go through every piece of information and teaching it and trying to drag this out years ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But Conrad will take a more relaxed stance. He will let the gun fall behind him. And at this point, he's taking a more inquisitive, like he's already started like the whole inventor staring off 1,000-yard stare, thinking and contemplating, the information being presented, along with realizing now he has at least a little understanding of why there are quarantine zones that his does not say this out loud, but quarantine zones that his friends are trying to get into.
Good luck.
Yes, this is like, oh shit, look. Problem is, we have 2 royalty members in his group.
Always fun. I think Viola's eating her sushi and saying, alright, so we need to pass on a little bit more of this information. What does this entity that seems to be in your brain, Tommy, seem to know about Taliva falling?
As much as I do.
And what do you do? What do you know?
A lot. He's just kind of sheepishly like, I shouldn't admit to this because it's crime.
Tommy, it is extremely detrimental. As the person who is in charge of running the evacuation of this entire city, somehow, I need to know if you know anything about some form of timeline. Especially?
Roundabouts when the fair is about to begin.
Viola will look over at her calendar, and there's 3 dates that are circled coming up in just a few days. It's her usual routine to take off a 3-day period every month, and she's looking at that, and then that's coming up just around the corner, as well as I believe a similar break is also near the fair opening. Storyteller, can I get a reminder of exactly... The Founders Fair is going to be on the 18th, correct?
The 18th through the 24th.
Through the 24th. And there's a similar circle in the middle of that, of the days of the Founders Fair.
It's a very rare solstice event where every moon will be in a new moon state.
Yes, indeed. So she goes over to her calendar. She looks at a few things and says, well, we can maybe make it 2 days. Indeed. So she turns back to Tommy. How sure are you of this information? Is this something we can delve further into?
How much do you trust the Tau Tech scientists?
About as far as I can throw them, which isn't very far. They've been keeping information, and while I've been, and Tanlin here, have been pushing back on the Founders Fair, they seem to have been just as much of an approval of it, or at least the head of their area is, regardless of whatever they're finding.
Let me rephrase what I said. How much do you trust their ability to have a correct timeline, regardless of whether or not they would tell you that?
Ah, yes, well, they would like to keep that information from themselves, wouldn't they, Tanlin?
Yes, there.
I can't believe those bastards would have voted against us. Anyways, yes, I would trust the information. What did they say? Was that pretty much on the dot, that it was one of these days? The entirety of the fair?
Was it a specific day during the fair? I forget.
12/20, which lines up with the day on the calendar, is the day of the new moon. The 2018th is the day the Founders Fair begins. I believe the 18th to the 19th is the large party that will be going on. And the 20th is the all moons at a new moon phase.
It would be the 20th that they are coming up with that you would have, that Erilyn would have told you. Right smack dab in the middle of it.
And like Tommy's just going to point right at the 20th. Right about there.
Damn it. Of course it would be.
Day?
No. Well, sometimes things are mandatory regardless if you want them to be or not. Let's see. Tanlin, I'm going to bring you in on a bit of this information. Tommy, I need you to know, I believe, at least to correlate this, Conrad. Should you excuse yourself, is this information... Well, I'll bring it about differently. Are you currently for hire, or are you still working on this particular project? Transporting this...
I have currently finished that mission, so yes, I am for hire.
Wonderful.
Follow-up question. If we say something that you don't approve of, are you still planning on shooting us?
Granted that I have a better understanding and at least know that there are checks and balances in place here, and you have some rapport with Tommy, no, I am not going to shoot you.
Okay, you can stay.
Did you want to hire him, Tanlin? Maybe if you own his contract, he won't be as likely to shoot you.
I mean, I'm less likely to shoot people who are paying me. Less likely.
Might I add the factor of everything that you've said reminds me heavily of teachings that I was taught about beings unknown and known from several different planes of existence. One being the astral sea.
Cool.
As in, it ties to this voice in his head.
It would not be far-fetched to potentially be one of those areas, because I can already tell you it's not from the 9 Mills.
How do you know that?
Strange that you say that so confidently, but we'll move on from that.
It's specified.
Before we say anything too in-depth, I was wondering if I could try something, Tommy. Just, harmless. I will not go for anything in the spine or whatnot. It is harmless. I just want to try something real quick.
For the listening audience, I keep getting closer and closer to my camera with a suspicious look at my face.
Tanlin, just what are you going to try? Spell it out for the young man.
Yeah, I'm not in college yet.
I would like to attempt a spell to avoid the listening ears of whatever it is that is listening into all of his thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to try, but the end game is that unless we stop her from infecting other people, and also unless we stop Tauliva from crashing into Torsimil, where the waters will carry her to every living being, she feels like she wins.
Is she part of what's going to make it flip over, or is she just counting on that happening?
Just counting on it.
Well, with your permission, I will cast this spell. And Tanlin is going to cast Mind Blank, which has a duration of 24 hours. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is immune to psychic damage, any effects that would sense its emotions or read its thoughts, divination spells, and the charmed condition. The spell even foils wish spells and spells or effects of similar power used to affect the target's mind or to gain information about the target.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you read the whole thing. I was gonna make you roll some kind of check, and then you said the wish spell, and I said that blocks a 9th level. Nope, blocked.
Nate, I'm so hot for you right now.
That's a pretty sexy spell. That's pretty damn sexy.
I was like, this spell looks cool. I bet I won't be able to find a reason to use it. But...
the first thing you do is...
Well, second thing, he also did try to banish me.
Hey, you walk in glowing like an infected. Like...
Not
I
my
had to.
fault.
I had to. You told me you were a paladin. I was like, oh, it won't work on it. It'll be fine.
Almost did.
Damn near. Didn't have a friggin' luck point.
That's the first time.
I thought you'd roll
that's
better.
The first time the fucking luck points have worked in Tommy's favor.
That's
And-
not true. It's just like luck most of the time. It doesn't.
Amazing.
So yeah, with that spell in effect, would he like notice anything? Would that be like an instant like quieting of the mind? Does he notice it at all times, this like presence, or no?
Does his intelligence modifier go up?
He'll be upset.
No. He's not smarter. But you... Tommy, the slight clawing that was at the base of your spine, the base of your spinal cord, right where your brainstem, that's the word. It's at the base of your brainstem that has been there, disappears for a moment.
I'm gonna kind of like have a shiver goes up his spine, you know, thinks for a moment, and then cracks his neck, and just kind of like, you know what? If what I'm feeling is telling me what I'm thinking I'm feeling, then maybe you and I should be getting a little bit closer friends.
So it seems to have worked. The being is outside of your mind now?
I don't feel there's nobody knocking at the door right now.
Well, that is wondrous news. And I think Tanlin just starts picking up random books and like papers and just starts writing down notes.
If you are writing in one of my books,
what to do. The pages were blank.
They're not.
This one was your journal.
yes, it is, and yes, that's a code. All right, that's not just what. And she reaches around and gets a blank book. Here, take this.
He's already written all over like
I'm sure he has
250,000 gold shit manifest.
Just a manifest with a bunch of like equations in between all the items now.
Yes. God damn it. God damn it, Tanlin.
You know you love me.
Oh, somehow we must work together yet again.
Well,
No, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. It will be because of those levitation scrolls we might be able to somehow make it through this. Now, above table, storyteller, the device that Conrad and his crew have, when we've had these blackouts and these brownouts, that's affected all the Arcanotech. Yeah. So if there was one of those crystals in this generator, so to speak, would that work? Or no, because it's just all that tech is affected?
Unproven.
Wonderful.
That's the best answer I've got for you. It's
Great.
It's unexperimented.
I think there's a possibility that there's many different routes we can be taken. Conrad, I don't know what your own capabilities of what this generative device is, this amplifier that you are working on, can do, but please, if you need to take notes, mental, or if you need, and she gestures to her bookshelf where there are a few extra journals. She is that person that probably buys excessive journals because the covers look interesting, just in case she gets to use them.
Also, they are a nickel. I am buying all of them.
Hell yes. If there's any way that device might be of use, please let us know. I will share. Tanlin has known a little bit of this information. We good to know. I think she would just share the information on her plan for keeping these ships in the air, the fact that they're making levitation scrolls, attaching them not only to the larger ships, but also the gondolas, anything that is moving about through the city and could potentially be able to carry people. She'd share a little bit, without saying what the actual code is, the information that all ships that come to Taliva kind of have two different codes that they are taught. One, that all ships are required to dock immediately and take on board all willing passengers to leave the city, as well as all ships required to dock immediately and take on board all unwilling passengers to leave the city. Anything to get as many people as possible, regardless of what information they know or how panicking they are, to get them off. So she doesn't have any plans for keeping Taliva up in the air. She does have forms of communication with the different cities and towns that they trade with down below. I think after this meeting, she kind of uses her sending stone and sends another message. Just please send out a missive to all of our neighboring and further below us cities that they are to stand by for some important information. And she'd be just kind of giving a little bit of the details without being too overwhelming. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that I've planned for everything. This is just what's in my realm of control. Tanlin and his people are working on making more of these levitation scrolls, and we are doing what we can to implement them. I don't know, Tommy, Conrad, if there's anything in that either of you can be helpful for or be a part of. I do know that we are working on limited time and not enough people that seem to be informed of this or even open to believing that this is the case.
I'm going to start scratching his head and just go like, well, the person that I'd direct you to is in Tanlin's basement right now.
Sumelia?
No, but
no.
That same lines. I was going to direct you to Bruce from the Jersey Devils, but that's because if you're talking about trying to keep, well, I guess that wouldn't work in the ground now, but maybe you might still have an idea. Because he modded my bike to be able to levitate, as well as contingencies if I ever... we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, just like, making it easier for that to come to a landing after a big fall.
And Tommy, you do know I know about what happened in your race, yes? Would your bike actually be able to make it all the way back down onto the mainland?
Yes.
Indeed. But Bruce is also amongst the infected right now?
Yep.
Damn. Anyone else, any of his associates, able to do what he was able?
I don't think within the Fate Makers, but I can ask around, but I got a pretty good rapport with the Jersey Devils, so maybe...
If there's anyone who has the mechanical inclination that Bruce does to do that potentially to some of the gondolas, then that would be helpful.
The smartest person that I know is Amy.
I don't know if I've met her. One of your associates? One that works with you?
Yeah. She's a little, I haven't seen her in a few days, though. But she is absolutely, and he's going to kind of like glance over at Tanlin, just kind of go, probably the smartest person that's ever attended any university in Taulivo.
Well, I'll have you know I have a 20 in intelligence.
So does she.
Conrad, do you think this is...
All right, bring her in. We'll have a quiz bowl.
No, Tanlin, there isn't the time. We are getting to work. We're not
Would you prefer
doing one of your
bee?
competitions. Oh my goodness.
I bet
As I've told you before, spelling bee is not always about intelligence. It is about memorization, or nothing more.
So
And sometimes
he's gonna mumble under his breath and just be like, "I'd be so happy to watch you lose to a 4-year-old."
Bet your friend couldn't stop the stone from talking in your brain? Yeah. You're welcome.
Damn.
I'll, if things get too intense, we have been working on not just levitation scrolls, but gate seals around the city to contain. If too many become sick, if too many come here and it becomes an issue, we may have to contain everyone to the city.
As it's falling.
As it falls. If they are sick, they cannot be allowed to leave this city.
Tanlin, your entire area is already in quarantine.
Yes.
It has not yet spread.
We are talking to someone outside of the quarantine zone who is glowing blue at this moment. You
And
think
someone
there is
who
no
is
one
also-
else in this city who has been infected that has gotten out of the quarantine zone?
Have you been able to test yourself, Tanlin? Is that what you're hinting at?
I test myself every hour, on the hour. I do
Indeed.
blood checks and everything. And I hate needles.
Correct. Right. Has there been any signs of the infection in the cleric district?
Oh, that both zones
Both are.
fully
Yes.
infected.
All right, wonderful. That's what I thought. All right.
And then from the cleric, there's bridges going to the slums and the market.
I'll tell you what, Tanlin. There's no chance that I'm going to be all right with just keeping everyone on this rock as it plummets. However, we can coordinate where all of my ships go to. Make sure that everyone is brought to one central area so that we can further test it. And if this infection is spread by water, we have a greater worry than just who is still alive on it as it plummets. It would be submerging into water, regardless of the fact that we have shut down the water. Exactly. Unless we have some way to divert the city, which that would be just as catastrophic, into landing into land. I think we need to concentrate on getting everyone off and to an area as secluded from current civilization as possible. And maybe perchance...
That is what you think?
And perchance there's a way, instead of worrying about people on the rock, what about finding some way to stop the spread of the water if the rock hits the mainland and lands in water?
I understand that is what you think. I just wanted to warn you that I am taking all precautions in this
Indeed.
matter.
Now, is it something that is activated all across, or is it in sections?
We will be containing the entire city.
Indeed.
The wild magic and cleric districts have been somewhat of a test bed for a full city lockdown maneuver that we have been working on.
Now, you know my thoughts on faith, but have any in the cleric district done anything to, I don't know, beg of their gods in this case? Some form of divine intervention? Yes. Something to either stop the infection from spreading further or to stop this damn city from falling.
They have attempted everything in their arsenal, but as of yet, nothing has healed others. The closest we have gotten is what you've just seen here today. Now that we understand that there is something attacking the minds of those who are sick, maybe we can
isolate that
way to bring those who are asleep back.
Indeed.
I will, work on your friend Bruce, Tommy, see if I can wake him.
And please bring Sumelia as your second test subject after that. Thank you.
Of course.
That would be a favor to me, and I would appreciate it. If you... Damn, I feel these efforts are the wrong direction. I feel like there's something else that we are missing.
The right direction was for us to cancel the fair.
Yes. Well,
Are damn right on that one.
we've done what we could, but who knows?
Hello, heroes! Eric here. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Somebody's Heroes. If you did, be sure to follow us over on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss the latest chapter. Got a favorite moment, a fan theory, or just something to say about the episode? We would love to hear from you in the comments. And we hope that you'll join us next Tuesday as we march closer to the fall of Taliva.